Sound of course.
Hello and welcome to the June monthly happy hour for our monthly cheese subscription box. Really loving this box for a lot of different reasons. We have some really nice, classic Father's Day considerations in the box. Making old fashioned. So that was actually one of Carrie's ideas to add old fashioned cocktails and kit into the kit itself. So yeah, that's really fun for having a pairing, and we have a recipe that goes alongside that in the taste with the tasting menu that you have. We also have, so that comes with like, the little bitters, sugar cubes and the maraschino cherries. And then, yeah, alongside that, we have some really great cheese for on the grill as the weather's warming up. The main star of the show theirs is the Carr Valley bread cheese, the garlic bread cheese, and that is something that will really, add some great meaty grilled. Uh, it's a, it's deceiving. You say grilled cheese, but it doesn't melt. It sears. And it sears in a way that makes it a great alternative to meats on the grill. Carrie has a really awesome, refreshing recipe with pineapple that she's going to be demoing today, and then we'll have that recipe available on the page. If you look up from where this recording is, that's where you will find the recipe. It also lives on our blog. And then, yeah, alongside that, the Hootenanny, which is a wonderful, I think, like really great, like spring and summer goat gouda. Really nice and lovely and smooth. Just, I think, a very approachable goat's milk cheese. If you, we do have folks that say that they don't want goat milk cheeses, but this is one that I feel like even some goat milk cheese haters would enjoy because it's really got some lovely spring and summer milk that's used in the Gouda itself. And then it's really got some like floral and like kind of like hickory nut notes to it. It's like a really lovely, just pair it with an amber ale or a white wine for the summer and you're good to go. So, and then the third cheese we have is pretty cool. Um, it is Deer Creek, the Swan, and I have honestly never seen something like this. I do know that Sid Cook has one cheese that he's made where it's like one side is goat milk and one is sheep milk. But this is from so Sid Cook, all the Wisconsin folks, they love to hang out together and make cheeses together. Sid Cook does a lot of development of the cheeses for Deer Creek, and Deer Creek focuses on the affinage or the aging process because Deer Creek, run by Chris Gentine. Chris Gentine is a master cheese grader, so he will grade the cheese, not grate, but
Right.
grade um, in terms of the quality levels during the aging process. So they're Sid Cook is a master cheesemaker, and they really make like a really great, amazing dynamic duo. This one has a cow milk side with peppercorns, and then a sheep's milk side. And probably not going to demo this today, but I made seriously, all you got to do for your own, like, very simple, like, peppery caciawi pepe recipe, even, you could just, like, grate this over pasta if you wanted to sear up some, like, bacon or pancetta and throw it in there. And it's like, that's dinner. Like, it's really lovely. It's a really lovely cheese, just, like, melted into pasta. I did that a few times with it. Um, but yeah, so that one's really cool and interesting. Um, so yeah, that's really
I
that's
have,
it.
I have my mixologist right here.
Oh yes. So we have a special mixologist guest this evening, um, who may or may not join us on
Yep.
camera.
I can
Hello,
sneak in the
Mike.
corner here just a little bit. So.
Let me pin this while you guys are
Just don't take my scooter away.
I won't take your scooter away.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna remove my pin for now while you guys are doing this. But yeah, Mike is our mixologist of the evening, is going to be making the old-fashioned cocktail that we're going to make before we build the board because I don't know what rules apply here, but I think you do need something to sip on while you're building. It's a very nice way to make it.
After 5 o'clock on a Friday night. So
Yeah.
you need something to sip on while you're making the board. So
Yeah. And it's like it's happy hour again, so this is what this is about. Finally, we actually have a cocktail mix that you can live up to this promise of happy hour with cheese. So, uh,
yeah, and this is kind of a fun thing to have the bitters infused sugar cubes in the kit here to work with too. I mean, usually you just use a simple syrup, and then you'd also need the bitters that you need to mix in if you want to make an old fashioned. But basically, it's just a half a shot or a half an ounce of water with 2 cubes. So you're kind of pre-mixing or pre-making your simple syrup this way with the bitters already in it.
You can use
So
a spoon if you need to.
yeah, I'm probably just going to have to help it along a little bit here. Break it up a little bit and get it mixing. So what I'm going to do is just get this mixed up, and then we'll put that in the shaker along with 2 ounces of whatever it is you want to mix in. So bourbon, rye, whichever your preference is. Carrie usually likes a bourbon, so
Yeah, and you
we'll
like
make
rye.
that first. Yeah. So we're gonna put the mixed cube and water in. We'll do a little bit of
Woodford?
Woodfords. Yeah. Hmm.
don't you, did you say that people do brandy too?
That's a Wisconsin
That's
thing.
the Scotty thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's a little different old fashioned because ultimately it's going to have like 7 Up or
7 Up,
something in
yeah.
it too. So it's a brandy old fashioned sweet. So
It's a tall, it's like
Yeah.
a highball kind of situation. But yeah, I think Wisconsin's the largest consumer of Korbel brandy in the United States because of the old fashioned.
I heard at one point, at least, they were consuming like half of the production of Corbel. It might have been a few years ago, but at one point.
That's when you were in
So,
college.
yeah, something like that. So I'm just mixing this in the shaker with some ice just to cool it off. You don't need to shake completely. That'll go into your glass.
You have the strainer on there.
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
strainer on that. And we're going to garnish it with a couple of things. So we have the dried oranges. So we're going to throw one of those in, and then a couple of the maraschino cherries that are in the kit as well. So pretty darn simple this way to have all the infusion in it and everything. Oop, then I'm making a mess.
I
There
like
you
you
go.
put some syrup in there too.
Yeah, gotta have a little syrup with
Yeah.
It's closer to a Wisconsin sweet, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Mhm.
Well, that's appropriate because we do have a Wisconsin cheese. So,
We do, and I'm wearing a Wisconsin cheese shirt.
wait, which one's that from?
Roth.
It's from Roth. Oh, right. Cool.
And earrings I got in Wisconsin. This was not intentional, but there it is. They were on top.
You gotta own it. You just gotta own it. I really appreciate that, what everyone should do.
So there's your old fashioned. I'll make one on the side for
What is
myself.
the one that you selected, though?
I'm actually enjoying ryes in old fashions a little bit more lately. So I've got a mixer's rye that I'll be using for mine at least. And
Ooh.
so I don't know. I just kind of like that a little extra spicy hit that you get off of a rye, in the old fashioned especially. So, and that's kind of the historical way they were made too, more so than even with bourbon. But
Yeah. Oh my gosh, interesting. Yeah. So it's like a little bit spicier, you say,
yeah,
than the bourbon.
yeah.
Um,
And the
cool.
American Cheese Society conference is in Louisville this year, so that will be all rats. We have to go
Might
tour
have
some.
to go to her distillery. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Gotta keep it going. This is the initiation.
Yeah.
Into into all of the whiskey tastings. Amazing, amazing. Yes. I also like with that bitter sugar cubes, it's like you could use that for like non-alcoholic cocktails too. It's just, bitters and soda is like the whole thing.
a lot of those, I mean, you've seen the ones in jars with the dry ingredients, and then you
Yeah.
steep either like a juice or an alcohol in there. That's essentially two of the ingredients that are in the box are what you would find in one of those jars, the dried oranges and the sugar cubes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you weren't planning on enjoying one this evening, you could put whatever liquid in with those ingredients in a jar in the fridge and let it steep for a few days.
Ooh, I like that.
Or on the counter or whatever, just out of
Wait, sir, what do you steep it with?
if the alcohol,
With the alcohol to infuse
or
it.
if we're doing a juice instead for an NA or something. There's
Yeah.
some different options out there for even a it would go flat, but a sparkling beverage or something like that. That is you got an idea?
Well, it's kind of make your own, what do they call them? Camp cocktails,
Yeah,
right?
camp cocktails,
yeah.
yeah.
You have all the ingredients are, kind of dried with the dried orange and everything
You can put
else.
the cherries in there too.
Then just put the alcohol in it in a jar and let it sit and steep, and you're ready to go.
Mhm.
Pre-mixed cocktail when you're done. So
I love that. I love that idea.
Because I mean, the directions on those are an 8-ounce jar, so about this size.
yeah.
And
Realize it's not a single serving. That's the main thing.
But 6 to 8 is usually what it says. 6 to 8 servings, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's like the tiniest beverage. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to shame you for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
what.
I suppose a Wisconsin sweet old fashioned is, it's got soda and stuff in there, so there's a lot more liquid to alcohol content.
Yeah. Okay. They put sparkling in it, like soda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to make that one next time. So we got
Okay. Wisconsin sweet.
yeah.
I got to practice that.
Yeah, maybe you could do it right now. I don't know if you probably have all the ingredients.
I don't have brandy.
Oh, you're not a true Swanee.
Uh-oh.
Well, the only time I buy brandy is at Christmas for candy. But
Oh man. Cool. Well, awesome. So we got the beverage going.
yeah.
We have, our garlic bread cheese here. So we can, yeah, get going on this little awesome grilled appetizer that you guys have all planned out. Um, how did you think of this recipe, or like what made you think that you wanted to pair it with pineapple?
I guess I've seen bread cheese paired with pineapple before, but just like straight grilled pineapple, grilled bread cheese, eat them together, maybe a little jam or something like that. It's usually used more as a breakfast cheese. Lipa is the base cheese, and it would typically be served in sticks that you dip in your coffee or tea. So you heat it up that way.
Oh my God,
Uh,
we gotta try that too.
yeah. But to me, I need to be a little bit warmer than what my cup of coffee is or a tea. And I loved it when when Carr Valley started doing this, or any of the other ones, Pasture Pride, I think is another one. And they pre-brown it. Fine, whatever. I guess that's basically directions, visual directions on how you're supposed to do it, but usually it wouldn't show up to be pre-browned.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like bread, right? It's like a crust on the cheese.
And I've seen burger recipes using this as the bun. Like, I don't know if I could do that.
That's like, is that like a keto diet recipe?
Could be, or just like just like you really, really want to be full. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like protein and fat and everything else like doesn't exist anymore.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, you can try it cold. Go ahead, people can grab a bite of it cold and then notice the difference once it gets grilled. It's huge. I mean, it's really, we do have the garlic one, but there really isn't a ton of flavor to the cheese itself. So it is what you do to it. The base cheese.
yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really like I seared it or on a grill in my apartment. Um, it does do nicely with like, yeah, like when you heat it and grill it and like have like a sweet pairing. I feel like because it's like really nice, it's like curdy and meaty and like kind of and salty and like I really, yeah, like I put some like honey on it and I really liked that on there. But yeah, it's like it brings out definitely much more of the meatiness when you grill it and when you
Yeah,
bake
I
it.
got that smokiness to it.
Yeah, and
So I'm
that's
just
really awesome.
skewer with some pineapple, and I probably should, and peppadews. I just find peppadews very addicting. They're a South African pepper, and they're going to be, you can see, usually you'll find them like stuffed with goat cheese, or if you don't find them stuff them with goat cheese or any other kind of soft cheese. Just an instant appetizer and so delicious because they're sweet,
Good.
got a little kick to them. Um, and they're different than other peppers you're gonna find in the grocery store. Roasted red peppers, you'll see like roasted reds or piquillo peppers or something like that. But peppadews are just got this little spicy zing to them. So you could even stuff these before threading. Put olive in there or something maybe.
Yeah. Oh, like yeah, put a little olive in there. Yeah, that would add like a nice dimension to it. Yeah.
Little surprise.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
that was
love them.
mean. So I'm just gonna alternate. Do you think maybe we should grab some olive oil just to drizzle over top before they go on the grill?
Ken, you have garlic right next to
Oh, I
it.
have garlic olive oil right here. Okay, cool beans.
Oh yeah, you're bringing out the garlic with the garlic olive
Yeah.
oil going. I always, whenever I do a recipe and it says certain amount of garlic, I always like double the amount of garlic
Yeah.
recipe says. It's just like you can't. I don't know. Can you have too much? I don't know. I love garlic. There's a soup recipe. I think it's ottolenghi. It's a garlic soup. And all it is like a billion cloves of garlic, like
Oh,
diced, like cut up and like sliced up, and just like a few other ingredients in it in a broth. And it's like something that like when you're sick, it's really good. It's really like awesome, but it also is just like really good. But it's like it's a lot of garlic.
that's a lot of garlic.
Yeah.
It'll suck it right out of you, all the fever, etc.
Yeah, totally.
It sounds like a Laura Ingalls Wilder situation. Maybe
Yes.
you should
Yeah.
have put the garlic bread cheese in our October box.
Oh yeah. It's like the way to yeah, I mean, it also wards off the vampires. We know that.
Yep.
So that's important. Uh,
Very.
it serves a lot of, there's a movie called Garlic is as good as 10 mother or Garlic is as good as 10 mothers. That's not what it's called. Why am I forgetting the name?
You watch very interesting movies.
Uh, this one,
Garlic is as good as 10 mothers. Okay.
yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know why. Sorry, it's Friday happy hour and I'm having a moment. It is this really it's a basically you can watch it on YouTube. It's this documentarian Les Plank. He does a lot of like documentaries that are kind of focused on like culinary kind of anthropological studies.
Okay.
Like with garlic, he goes around like he's in California for like the garlic festival and like it's with he goes to Alice Waters' restaurant and like there's like all this footage from like the 70s of them like baking a pig that's like stuffed with garlic or like roasting a pig. He goes to Italy, of course. Um and yeah, it's just kind of about like the culture around garlic and it's like a really good movie. So
Oh,
um
cool.
I would recommend it. But yeah, it's anyway, love garlic.
A garlic fest coming up in Minnesota. Okay, make sure you cut these big because they do want to crumble if your skewer is a little bit more of a plump
Yeah,
skewer.
they're like a little bit of more delicate curd structure, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they do want to kind of break apart. So don't lose them in the grill. So we have a garlic fest here in Hutchinson. We haven't actually, well, we were there once, but we never got to attend because we were manning a cheese booth. and cheese is big. And we were very, very popular. Never managed to leave the cheese booth.
Garlic curds, garlic cheddar.
Whoa. Wait, do people pair it with garlic?
Oh, they're
Cheese
the cheese is made.
made with garlic.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
redhead. And they have a garlic cheese and they have garlic cheddar and then they have a curds also. How fast this comes out, so let's see.
yeah.
But
Yeah, you
no, we
can't really go wrong there.
sold out of garlic cheese for sure. So this is tagine. It's usually you find it like in the produce department.
Oh yeah. That got super popular. Like maybe it was like in 2020 or something. I'm trying to think when or before
Yeah.
that, 2019.
It's I just read a Specialty Food Association email today, and they were focusing on, oh, the new trend is spicy fruitiness and like tagine, and I'm like, I just got some. So I don't know. I didn't think that was a recent trend. I thought it was around for a little while, but whatever. It's a kind
Yeah.
of a neat little seasoning. Got some citrus in there, little heat, little sweet.
Yeah, it's tasty for sure. That's a great idea too. Like I feel like with tropical fruit, it's a classic thing. There's in a lot of neighborhoods in Brooklyn, you can get like sliced mango
Mm,
on like on the side of the street, like in a cup, and they like if you want tagine on it, like they will like dip half of it in tagine basically, and so you have these little like spicy, tangy mango slices that salty mango slices that you can snack on while you're walking around.
nice, nice. Well, that's essentially what they focused on in this article, and I thought, like you just said, that's been around for a little bit, but I thought just the citrus and the sweet and a little bit of heat, all of the elements that pineapple and peppadew have, and then I'm going to drizzle some honey on when it comes off. Um, just with the garlickiness of the bread cheese, I think is going to be really cool together. I haven't tried it yet. I just kind of made it up and cross fingers.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out.
it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious. I have 100% confidence in this. But yeah, we will find out soon officially.
But
Uh,
bread cheese is, this is an appetizer, preparation, I would say. But gosh, if you put some, bell peppers in there, some zucchini, all of a sudden you have a meal of a skewer with bread cheese. I've seen bread cheese on top of salads in cubes like that, just brown and then put on top of salads. So it's your protein source um,
totally.
versus a chunk of chicken. And it's
Yeah.
especially when you grill it, if like you said, it gives it that meaty quality.
No, it's really good. It's really good. Excited to watch you eat that one. Uh, I have some too. I will prepare.
Okay, good.
It's fun. Um, okay, great. Yeah, Carr Valley Cheese, we went there recently and they apparently make upwards of 100 different types of cheese, and somehow it seems like they're doing them all really well, and it's kind of like jaw-dropping. Like when you go to their storefront and you look at like how many varieties of cheeses they're making in these like relatively small cheese houses, like cheese house factories
Yeah.
essentially that they've had for 100 years.
Yeah.
Um, it's really cool. It's really cool. Like I feel like, we just did the quarterly Meet the Makers last night with Widmer's Cheese Cellars, and that's like another example of like this incredible heritage in Wisconsin that has like being preserved, and um it's really nice to like bring more of those stories out like into the light, because yeah, like there's people think about Wisconsin, they think about cheese, they don't really think about like this kind of like rich history and heritage that's as old as a lot of the producers in Europe.
Hmm. And that's really a lot of it. I grew up going to the cheese factory. It's just where you got your cheese. Like you'd go to the bakery. Like
Yeah.
you'd go to the produce stand. You'd go to, and buy your products not all in one location, but you I need cheese, I need butter, and the milk wasn't gonna go as far as it does today. So a lot of them were produced, just the factory was right there where all the animals were. So it didn't travel far, and it just was economical. Now there's larger farms, fewer of them.
Yeah.
When you see the numbers, it kind of makes you a little bit sad, but then you realize it's just an economy of scale. It's just gotta almost kind of happen that the small family farms just can't really make it anymore. Um, and except if you're Amish, there's some they're able to make small work extremely well for them. Um, and in Wisconsin, we do have a lot of Amish, but it just was kind of how things were done. If you drive around Wisconsin now, you can tell which ones were cheese factories, the buildings. You can tell by the look of the building that it was a cheese factory. May not be functioning anymore, but it was a cheese factory.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of buildings remaining, even if they're not in use right
Right.
now.
Hmm.
Because they were on these different properties, right? Because people had cows. And so it became, instead of just selling liquid milk, you could make cheese and sell it at your cheese house, essentially.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's like, I think to a point, like the economy of scale is like it's hard. Like I know what you're saying. It's like if it's really, really small, it's really hard to make it work. But sometimes when it's really, really big, the overhead costs of doing
Yeah.
it that way and like having the cost of the product be lower and like working at like kind of commodity value pricing
Right.
is not either. So
Right.
it's like it that you don't make you usually a lot of farmers that are operating at that scale, they're like at the whims of the market in terms of what they can price their product for. And they don't actually they might not be making much either. So I feel like it is kind of like finding that middle ground,
Right.
and like still maintaining some of your independence and making something of integrity where the value is kind of like intrinsic to it. So it's not as much of a debatable thing. And yeah, it's definitely something I think about a lot, like, just running a small product business. Like, yeah, how do you like make that? How do you like the financial viability of it? And like, there are ways when you're
Yeah.
smaller,
Yes.
but it's,
I sat on a Spectrum high school board for 10 years, and our tagline was small school, big results. And that was one of our big promises was to remain small. People wanted, and they still do, they want small class sizes, a small school feeling. But when I was going through board training, they basically said, grow or die.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, well, how do we make that happen? How do we make that feel small? Same thing with your cheese producer. How do you make it feel special? How do you make it work for your farmers, work for your community, work for everybody, and still make money? You still be able to survive. So it's just finding that right balance.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. It is. And there's an art to that, but it's possible. And I think I really like to emphasize that because I feel like when I first started, I also felt like this pressure that I'm supposed to be like a venture capitalist, like endeavor where I have series A, B, and C funding and, getting all, and it's just like, it's okay. You don't always need it to be like that. Like you can keep it at the scale that you want, and maybe it ends up being something that provides value that's you can't actually put a price on as well. And that's like uh, part of the value there too. So
Yeah, absolutely. You can set them here. Looky there.
Oh, wow. Ooh la la, ooh la la. This is my
Honey, and
song.
then Mike will get to see how well this gotta go with an old fashioned, don't you think? Where'd that little spoon go?
I think so.
Oh my God, yes.
And this is just a unseasoned honey. What do we have here? It's the raw honey with a honeycomb. You could really play with a lot with flavors on this. I mean, I did the tagine, but we do have some herbs coming up. There's some dill that likes to volunteer outside. That could be an interesting twist. Uh,
Is that the Southern honey? Pure honeycomb? Or,
yeah,
oh yeah, that was in our kit in
I'm
January.
sure most of the honey I have in my cupboard came from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that one. That was in the when we did the tea and honey in January. On Yeah, I love honey so much. It's
And
so
you
good
could
with
probably,
cheese.
even that, you could probably dress it on the grill with the honey. Let it caramelize a little.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be good too. Round two.
Yeah. Excuse me while I lick the spoon and Mike tries one that's skewers. That is good honey.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love honeycomb too, so it's like nice to have that in there. Um,
Yeah. So I'll put them on the board eventually, but do we want to move on to this one? We're going to go with Hootenanny next?
yeah, let's do that one next. The Hootenanny. Um,
I feel like that's what we should be saying while we're drinking old fashions.
yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah. We've been trying to get more into storytelling with our boxes. Uh, get ready for October. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell everybody that right now. You got to get ready for October. There's gonna be some really cool, spooky storytelling happening. And how they all tie together, you know.
And how turmeric, actually is used by witches. So you have to keep an eye out for that.
Wait, you were able to verify that, right?
Yeah.
How did you know? You just kind of knew.
No, I have Google in front of me.
Huh. But like you chose to seek that out and then you got the answer you wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the internet is, but
Maybe the internet's a witch.
yeah. Kind of. Maybe that's AI. I don't know. Um,
There's another link in that story, isn't it?
but anyway, look at this beautiful uh yeah, wax rind, European cream wax rind. Gouda. I love Goat Rodeo. We do feature them relatively occasionally. They have just like like to me, I'm just like they're what they make is like I tell them this all the time, but I just feel like they have this incredible kind of like their cheeses are really balanced and like really approachable and like they have and but they also are like diverse enough from each other that there's just like a really lovely selection. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's no occasion where you wouldn't want some Goat Rodeo farm cheese like on your board. They're really just, yeah, they've done a really great job at this kind of balance of flavor profiles of their cheeses. And they have their own farmstead, so they have their own goats as well. And um,
Well, they have a goat rodeo, don't they?
oh yeah, they got to
Wouldn't
do.
that be funny if a group of goats was called a rodeo?
I think we could make that happen
Okay.
on the internet. I think we could change popular consensus around that if we wanted to. They really like to party a lot, you know?
They do. Well, that's probably some of the most viewed videos are goats, aren't they?
Oh my God. Yeah. I have goats on tattooed on my back, which I don't know if you've ever seen.
I
So,
saw that picture. I was wondering if that was you.
oh yeah. Yeah, if you scrolled through the Instagram, there's one photo, I think, of my back. But uh yeah, so I really love goats. If you
Do you
did
want to elaborate on that?
I mean, really just yeah, there are three goats in an argan tree. Um which is like, yeah, Oregon trees. They like to climb. They like to climb trees, and that's a pretty like iconic image of them and their kind of like temperament. They're like very adventurous and uh, just like curious. And they actually are process the argan nuts or so that you can make argan oil. That's like traditionally how they're made.
Oh, that's what oh, is that where that comes from? Okay.
Yeah. They're like it's in like Morocco basically. In Africa they use them traditionally for that. Um but yeah, I think it was like when I moved to Brooklyn almost 13 years ago. I It was kind of my like, you know what? Cheese has defined my life. And I don't know. I was like, I need to fully commit with this giant tattoo. And
All
that's what I
right.
did. But it's on my back, so like if I want to show it, I can, but otherwise, it's hidden, so and I forget
The
that I have
texture is
it.
very, I didn't expect it to be, and it's not a negative thing, very dry. It's a dry cheese.
Yeah.
Definitely begs another sip of an old fashioned. It is really nice. They're great table cheeses, you know?
Yeah, that's how I think of them. They're kind of just like table cheeses. And we always like to have like one table cheese in our kit, really, where it's like this is it's approachable, and it is, something that, everybody, hey, even the goat cheese haters can get behind. Um, but
No,
yeah,
it's not like your dad's favorite saying, licking a goat.
no,
No.
it's very like clean and like floral and like yeah,
What do you
roasted
think
nuts.
changes about that from a fresh goat cheese to and more of an aged? Or is it in the processing or is it in the aging that takes out that real bite of caprylic acid?
Yeah, I mean, definitely with the Gouda style as well, like the curds are washed. Um, so that is definitely going to like that even of itself is going to yeah, like create a more sweet flavor profile like to an aged cheese. But yeah, I think also, yeah, just because like it's like the fatty acid, it's like the chains that are like creating some of that like more like kind of pepperiness um to them. And so, when you're aging something out like that, it's like yeah, I think it's mostly just because it's not as like high moisture and like so it's like more of a dense like condensed flavor that has more culture development to it too. That would be my theory around it.
Okay.
Um
I just mop some of it through the honey, olive oil, and tagine. Yum.
yes, I love that. Yeah, you could also like I you could melt this cheese too. I've definitely used it for like it sounds like yours might be a little bit more aged that you have
Okay.
right in front of you. If you're saying it's a little bit on the like drier side, I do find it's a denser but still like meltable cheese.
I'll have to try that because yeah, I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, it's still yeah especially closer to the rind, it'll be a little bit drier
Mhm.
too. Um, but yeah, I've grated it and used it in like omelets before. It definitely can be. You could slice it and melt it in like a quesadilla or a sandwich or
We
try
did
it
a
on a
sandwich
burger.
last night for our Meet the Maker. It was like, okay, we have 10 minutes. We want to make a sandwich. So I basically opened up the refrigerator and saw what jumped out. And that's kind of the best way to, okay, what cheese do we need to use?
Yeah. And that's where you find the blends
Hmm.
don't think are going to never would have thought otherwise. But sometimes like like that's something people always ask, like, what's the best like combination for mac and cheese and all of that. And like, sure, you might have some like standard recommendations of a few cheeses to blend in, but it's nice to just like play around with what you
Yeah,
have.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I you get asked this a lot, I'm sure. Also, can you freeze cheese? And usually tell people, well, you can freeze a head of lettuce, but it's not going to come back to you the same way when you thaw
Yeah.
it out. So when we have, and we do, because we're in the cheese industry, just like you, have lots of knobs and bits left that just aren't going to get consumed. So I shred them up, put them in the freezer, and cook with them later. And it really, that's the way to come up with some really interesting combos, telling you. But
Yeah.
what's in the freezer?
But it's like my question to you is, do you remember what's in there?
No. What's in the freezer or what I used in the recipe? Or both?
Both, yeah. Like you're like you mix them all up and then you're like, oh wow, that was the most incredible like cheese sauce I've ever made in my life. And it's like this like kind of unreplicable, like you can't replicate this again.
No, no. Oh, but I
Completely.
think I'm gonna remember.
Yeah. And but I like that too. I kind of like that. It's just yeah. Because sometimes a food memory, you will never be able to replicate it. No matter how hard you try, you can't do it again. There's that certain moment when everything hits right and you're like, I'm gonna remember this forever. And then if you try to redo it, you're just
No.
you're just
I,
forcing
I bet that's a lot, how a lot of those recipes in church cookbooks came about.
it. Wait, what's in the recipe
Oh, church
or
cookbook?
in the book?
Oh, if you really want to have a great night, just get out a whole bunch of church cookbooks. And it's just amazing. I mean, I guess they probably were biggest in early part of 20th century. And but it was all products that were available during, 1920 to 1970. It's like things that were available to folks, and you can just see how it evolves over time. It goes from the real basic stuff that you find out in the garden to processed foods, you know.
Yeah.
And I have one church cookbook that is indexed by page number in the back, not by alphabet or type of food, but by page number. So if you want to, cook what's on page 32, you know what's on page 32.
Yeah.
So, but that's where my zucchini bread recipe lives. Ran across a crab bisque recipe that literally just had canned crab and Campbell's tomato soup.
Oh.
So I don't know. But you come up with, I mean, it could be absolutely addicting because it was what was available and what got put in the pot that night.
Yeah, totally. And then that's how it all happens, really, for sure.
So who knows? Maybe that's how this cheese happened. Not in some think tank, but oh, look at we have peppercorns we got to use up. Oh, the peppercorn is just so fruity, or maybe it's the combination with the cheese. The whole
Yeah.
aroma is fruity.
It's really good. I was a little bit skeptical of this one, to be honest, because I was like, why? But like, why?
Why?
Yeah. Why did they do this? Like, um, but it's like, I mean, the thing about sheep milk too is it's like much richer
Mhm.
of a cheese. Um, and so it's like basically like a higher butter fat content than the cow milk on the other side. And so like you have this like complement, yeah, you're complementing like the buttery, like the peppery cow milk cheese side of this with like the rich, base of a sheep's milk cheese. And like That's why it does really work well for melting,
Mhm.
and for culinary purposes too, because like the body of the sheep's milk really just like is like serves as a great vehicle for like the um melting of the peppercorn. And speaking of blending cheeses, this you don't even have to think about this. You already have two cheeses in one.
This is true.
Yeah. So it's like when you're asking for what blend do you use for like a mac and cheese? It's like,
Just throw that in.
yeah, this one. But yeah, it's really good. I actually, yeah, they're just really inventive, everything that they do.
I was looking at the color too because it's definitely a little more caramely of a hue to the cow's milk side where the peppercorns are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, depending on the cow, like what the cows eat, you can actually see that also. Like yeah, the beta carotene in there, but on the sheep's milk side, you don't really see that.
Mm-mm.
Um, but I remember when I worked on a cheese making farm with sheep, I would literally just like put sheep's milk in my coffee in the morning because it was like half and half. It's so rich. It's crazy.
What'd
I
you do?
love
Like, come on over here, Susan. Let me squirt some in.
Yeah.
Like I have company.
Yeah.
Sorry, a cat.
Oh, I thought you meant someone named Susan came in and you're gonna.
No.
No, that was the sheep. Named Susan.
So
Um,
sheep milk was readily available for you for consumption where you were.
yeah, yeah, it was really incredible. I was like, I wish I could keep these sheep around me at all times because it was really nice. And I remember the first time I made a pure sheep milk cheese.
Mm.
We put the cultures in with the milk, then we added the rennet, and then we waited. And I went to go check on it, and I was like, this just looks like a vat of milk. But then I touched it
Uh,
and it was jiggly. And I was like, wait, where's the whey? And it's like you couldn't even see the liquid. It was just so dense
okay.
that
Wow.
like the whey wasn't, like when you make other types of cheese, you can see whey at the top, you can see whey over on the sides. You couldn't see it at all because it's so high butter fat and like high protein that like it just like you have to cut it for you to start to see like the seeping of the liquid from
Okay.
the curd. So that
Wow.
was like crazy. It is. It's kind of like a custardy like.
But there was way being expressed. It just wasn't the typical view that you had.
Yeah, it would because
Milk.
it's so high butter fat, it didn't
Mhm.
like release it in the same way. And it's just like the yield that you get from the amount of milk because the ratio of the protein and the butter fat is higher, is so much higher. So it's like, no, is it sustainable to financially viable, sustainable to make a living selling liquid sheep milk? No. Because they
No.
don't make enough sheep milk, but it's viable to make cheese because the yield based off of that composition is so much more than like a cow or most goat milk cheese. Though there are some really high fat goat milk breeds um that would surprise you too, like how like what the yield is like, but yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. So now every time you see a vat of sheep's milk, you just kind of want to go over and poke it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about uh curd in general. Like it's fun to poke or tap
Yes.
the curd after it's formed.
Same thing with the sheep.
Yeah. Uh These I really, dude, I really love these pistachios, by the way.
I
Like
haven't had
they
one.
sent me like a few different flavors to try.
Okay.
Um, they are really good. Like they're like
Hmm.
I really like the dill on it, but I feel like there's like a sweetness to them that I'm
Maybe
is
that's
like
the
really
pistachio.
different than what I've had.
Hmm. Well, aesthetically, they're kind of cool next to the pepper in the Swan.
Yeah.
This is definitely a Father's Day thing because you got to sit outside when you're eating these pistachios, so you can, during the grilling weather, just flick them out there.
Yeah.
This would also be interesting if you took remove the pistachios and crush them up and use them in your grilling.
Oh yeah, like crust something with them.
Lamb.
Oh my God. Um, yeah, they say it's a 300-year-old family recipe.
Oh, the pistachios.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Like, do you know what I'm saying? There's like it's like there's like I don't know. There's like a coating on them.
There is. It's like almost as been caramelized or some strange thing.
Yeah, and I was like so addicted to them. I just
Mm.
like I like they sent me the black pepper and like they're like regular salted.
Okay.
But yeah, it was unlike any other pistachio.
Well, there's the second ingredient is would it be Verjus Blanc? Verjus or Verjus
Oh,
grape juice?
verjus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Verjus.
That must be their secret.
Well, that's no, it's not. It's on the ingredient list.
Oh, okay. Well, and now everybody who watches this video will also know.
Yes,
But that must be what it is.
that's adding that sweetness you're noting.
Yeah. Because it's like tangy and sweet, and
Mhm.
like that's what it is. It's like, fruity and like tart. And it's
Yeah, we were just
between like a
talking
wine and a
about
vinegar.
our mutual love of bread and butter pickles.
Oh, yes.
And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I'm gonna go grab a little bowl. Be right back.
Okay.
Zoom. No, I'm gonna put the cherries on the board. They don't need to just go on the cocktail.
That is so true. Yeah, and yeah, I really love these Taralli as well. The Daniele ones are like really, really addictive. This specific brand, um, just like really lovely, like kind of like creamy, like extra virgin olive oil infused Tarallis.
Yeah. Well, some of them can be so dry, and these are not.
Yeah, these are the best. The
Hmm.
best.
We only bring the best.
Yeah.
But if you really, really wanted to get into using the products in this box, instead of a simple syrup, you could make a sugar syrup out of those bitter cubes and use that instead of honey on top of the bread cheese.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, why do we only have one of these during the month of June? Got stuff to do.
Oh
It
my
is
God.
like, yeah, the more you play around with the box, the more you can think of like different potential combinations, which is like why it would be fabulous to get all of the fine folks leave the box, share how they've been using it. Because when we've heard from some people, sometimes they tell me of some recipes that they've done that I'm just like, I would have never done that.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. Like there was like the fennel blue from Point Reyes that like one customer was like cooking with like I think it was like with bell peppers and onions or something, like put that on it and I was like, that is really
Mhm.
I wouldn't have thought to do that, but it's like again, it's that same thing. It's like you're cooking and you're like, what if I added this? Like, what is that going to bring out in it? And
that okay, now that inspires me because one of the winter salads that I really like is citrus with fennel and olives.
oh, that would be so good with that.
And the fennel blue, wouldn't that be something?
That would be really freaking good.
And you wouldn't have to pay $16 for the bulb of fennel.
Yeah.
But then the zing of the blue, that would be really yummy.
Yeah, it would be really good.
Gee, now I can't wait for winter. No. Mm.
Just for that. Yeah. I mean, that's why, that's one reason to celebrate seasonal eating because it gives you something to appreciate once the weather is maybe not what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sure, I love all the seasons now. I don't know. I love them. I used to be like, give me summer or give me death. And then now I'm like, I like the summer, but I don't need it to last the whole time. And I'm like really into these other seasons. So I don't know.
Something to celebrate.
Yeah, it's just like this is poetry. This is the cycle.
Hmm.
It's like nice to appreciate it. Um,
I don't know if peonies are poisonous, but I'm gonna put that there.
okay, yeah. So do not eat the flower, but it looks beautiful. That is what it's for. And yeah, I mean, I think we did it. I think we went through everything that we have in the box.
Actually, I have okay, wheels must be churning, but the dried oranges
Okay.
with those bitter cubes
Okay.
and some bourbon or whatever, but make a jam.
Wait. Okay. Like a jelly?
Yeah, a marmalade.
That would be good.
Okay, that's we're gonna make that for and give it away for Christmas, but give it away to ourselves.
Yeah. That's what's tricky when you do handmade items for
Yeah.
in general, but that would be fun too. And then yeah, you got to make the your Wisconsin version of
The sweet old fashioned.
sweet old fashioned. It's another thing. But
I don't think I ever had one
oh,
actually.
really?
I don't think I
Okay.
have.
Okay.
I have whatever my Aunt Pat made me, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Cool. Well, now is the time. Now is the moment uh, to explore. But but yeah, I hope everyone has a great Father's Day if you're going to enjoy this box for your Father's Day gatherings or Father's Day evening. If not
And
for that,
June is Dairy Month.
what it is
June
Dairy
is
Month.
Dairy Month.
So we got that going first too. It's also Pride Month, so that means you've got put a lot of color on every cheese board that you make. Um, that's that is dictated to us.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
yeah, yeah, no, so it's a good month to be celebrating and like it's great for grilling and sipping and yeah, just hope everyone has a great start to the summer. And we will see you next month for our July box, which will have some really fun goodies for the outdoors and picnicking and just really embracing cheese and its pairings during the height of summer. So yeah, we'll talk soon. Take care, everyone.
Bye.